Nityanandam, everyone, welcome back. Thank you for being here. And I just want to complete with everyone. I'm just starting to learn more about what's going on in the world today in Hinduism, and I'm just going to do my best to share a small piece of my understanding in 7 minutes or less. So, one of the things I was thinking about is see, basically, we need to think about the future of Hinduism and this current state of Hinduism, what its challenges are, what its strengths are, and what is going on, who's supporting it, and who's trying to destroy it, and why, and how. We need to know all these things if we want to be able to continue to, uh, you know, have food put on our plate to get our bread from living a lifestyle of Hinduism. If we want to continue to live this way for this generation and next, and after that, we're going to have to stand up and make sure it's alive. That's the fact. We're going to have to stand up and make sure it's alive. Rolling over or non uh, uh, passive resistance is not going to work. This kind of passive attitude of non resistance is what gets all groups of people destroyed. We have to fight as spiritual warriors, as intellectual Kshatriyas. We need to know what's going on, how it's going on. We need to be able to explain it, identify it, and counter it in an intellectually convincing way. And we need to share this information with other people and Hindus. And we need to find the Hindus, the thinkers who are going to be able to identify and espouse and share and spread the understanding and strength of Hinduism and with young people. And it's going to have to become institutionalized. So we have like a think tank basic place where we can respond and rebuke all the abuses put out in the media by so many groups in India and from around the world that are attacking Hinduism. We got to do something about this stuff. If we don't, it's gonna destroy us. So we got to do something. Of course, Swamiji's taking care of everything, but our context and role is that we get to participate in Swamiji's mission. So we got to know what's going on because some stuff that's not good for Hinduism is going on. Like I said, I want to complete because I don't have all my facts ready, and I don't have a lot of references available to show you. I just wanted to, anyways, share something that makes a little bit of sense to me. One of the things is like this. There's something called Holy Yoga. I'm speaking about Holy Yoga because I learned a little bit about it. And the person who started this Holy Yoga, she's not an evil person, and she's not out to destroy Hinduism. But it's a good example of some of the things that we need to know about. So she was born Jewish, and she ended up, I believe, traveling to India and practicing some yoga more than once, I guess, and enjoying it. And then she decided to become Christian, but she didn't want to let go of her yoga practice. So she tried to find a way to merge yoga into her Christian kind of beliefs. And anyway, so that's a brief introduction. And so for me, see, like in Hinduism, we have this oneness, not one God and not many gods, infinite gods that are infinitely powerful and infinitely knowledgeable. So we have the space of oneness with all of them. So we don't need to eliminate anyone. Anyone and everyone and any number of gods, and any god is welcome. You can bring your god or gods, you're welcome. We'll give everything we have to give you the solution of superconscious breakthrough and living as a superconscious being. We're ready to do that, and we've done it for hundreds of thousands of years, and it's our practice, it's our way of giving. It's the way that Hindus expand. They give to neighboring civilizations all the gifts of this superconscious science. And that's why it's been taken on in such a big way and spread in such a big way without killing people. Because our practice is not to kill our neighbors when we get too big for our borders. Our practice is to expand and give the enlightened civilization to our neighbors. And not force it on them, but they take it up because it expands them. So this is the way that it works. So Hinduism is actually the only way of living. It's the only proven way of living. And it's the only way of living. If your way of living is to kill your neighbors when you get too big, that's not living, that's dying. So that's not a proven way of living. Hinduism is the only way of living, actually, because it's the only way that's demonstrated and shows and has in its infrastructure, embedded in the roots and history of its infrastructure, that when we expand, we give to our neighbors. Whereas whoever else you want to talk about, Greeks, Romans, today, British, of course, Americans, all these, when we expand, we kill our neighbors. So it's not a proven way of living. It's a proven way of dying. So anyway, but we don't hold that against anyone. Anyone who wants to come, knowledge is free. We've got it for you, and we've got the superconscious breakthrough waiting for you. So actually, I see that I'm running out of time. So I'm going to stop this video, and I'll probably make one more. But I basically wanted to say, people, we have some really exciting opportunities, and I hope it continues to grow, to find out what's going on. And we can do these things. You look at the attacks, the killing the Amarnath Yatris, and so many things are going on. What's going on in West Bengal, with the, I guess you call the chief minister there, and the abuses of Hindus happening there. So many things. Even American television, there's that one show called Believers, I think it's called, and they visited Varanasi and just made this ridiculous derogatory video about Hinduism, and they're plastering it all over their news stations. So all these things are going on. Why is it happening like that? What does it mean? What can we do about it? What should we do about it? That's the stuff we're going to continue talking about. Anyway, the time is up. We've crossed the 7-minute mark, so we're going to stop this video and hopefully start one more. So stay tuned for all kinds of better stuff coming. It'll be better. It's good and it's really cool, but it's going to get better, if you can believe it. So we're going to keep practicing more and more integrity with Swamiji and manifesting powers. Okay, thank you so much. Nityanandam.